Hello everyone, welcome here for a special stream today. I do not have enough time to have a proper ASMR stream as I wish to, because I am 1.5 hours late than usual. So, instead, I thought of something else. Meanwhile, the reason why I'm late is because my grandparents came for a visit for dinner. So, that aside, I decided to do just talking about the new Nintendo Direct, about the Switch 2. Crazy, crazy good? Let's go. This is gonna be funny. So, I just went on the Tierlist, tiermaker.com website to see if there are any decent tier lists out there already showing about all the releases, and I'll just try my best to do something with whatever I have found. It's not that easy. There we go. Is it even visible on my own other screen? Let me see. Let me put it that way. Alright then. We're gonna have lots of fun, huh? Here we go. This is a random tier list that I found. It's called the Nintendo Direct Switch 2 Hype Tier List Maker. So I'll just try that because it has a couple games on there, right? And not just games, but other stuff as well. So, first of all, spoilers. Hi Adelia, hi Sonny, hi Half% and Court. Welcome everyone, welcome. We're streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. So, fun fact, I'll make a video probably out of this where I will cut short only saying good or not good. Just literally yes, no, bad, not good. Just my final word for each, and for the proper full picture you'll get only here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's all I'm gonna do. There's nothing else, and we will rank it as stars. 5 stars, 1 star, etc. You know the deal. Alright, we got 6 song. Yeah, there we go. The hype is already strong. Yeah, I admit nothing about it and didn't watch any of it. Just hype for new stuff. Oh wow, you haven't watched. I do recommend watching the announcement trailer of the Switch 2 at least, if not for the games, because there will be spoilers about everything here, to the best of my knowledge. I have thoughts, so very curious on yours. Okay, let me do the recording as well so I don't forget. There we go. Alright, now starting off with the first thing we have here is the C button. Now we have a C button. The C stands for chat, or rather game chat. Basically, it's like Discord on Nintendo, where you can screen share and have a call together with your friends. But only with your friends, not with strangers. You have to add them as your friend in your Nintendo account, and well, yeah, you can just join in the game. You can see a tiny little screen here. It's very tiny. If you want to know more about this feature, you can ask questions, and or rather go watch the video on the official Nintendo channel on YouTube. In my opinion, the C button is literally in the middle ground. I have nothing to say here, and basically what I like is how you can instantly get into a voice call with your friend, like how they're trying to make that more fluent, like hangouts with your friends, especially from afar, from a very long distance. That is very nice. However, what I do not get is the way they promote it with multiple screen shares at the same time. Look, I'm a gamer. When I want to screen share, I want to play the game that I'm sharing so others can watch it. And if it was the other way around, I would watch someone else's stream when I'm not playing the game. So why would I watch 2 or 3 different people's streams playing different games or the same game, whatever. Like, if you just think of it as Discord, because Discord exists. That's it. Case in point, Discord exists already. We already have that. It's just it coming to the Nintendo Switch with a different name. And not Discord itself, it's a Switch first party. So, I never watch more than one stream at the same time. I may have ADHD symptoms sometimes, but I am not that bad. I don't need to look at everything. The only thing I might do is, if we're playing Mario Kart, for example, right? And I'm already at the finishing line, I can watch the other guy, the other person, how far they have come, where they are, at 15 frames per second, by the way. Oh god, the frames of the screen share is horrible. It's so bad from what they have shown. But that aside, it's just like Discord overlay, basically. However, I'm glad that you can also do a full screen, so you don't have to have your own game screen minimized, you know? That's something very neat. Additional thing what they allow you to do is attach a camera, and with that camera you act like how I am doing with my VTuber model, a pop-up on the screen, as if you have a green screen in the background. To put it simply, it's like a Zoom call. That's what they are doing. And I don't get it. Like, okay, you can see your friend, like literally as if you're in a Zoom call, their reactions, them talking, but while you're playing a game, there's no reason to. All you need is playing the game, focus yourself on the game, and just listen. Just listen to your friend and talk to your friend. You don't visually look at their screen or even their reactions. This is where another game makes it a bit better. In my opinion, I'll touch upon it later. So what do you guys think? Also, freestyles could work well for certain games. Yeah, certain games. One of the games will be mentioned later. Definitely. I also have one game in mind. That one might be for kids. I don't know. Who really want that? Yeah, it's like the way they're showcasing it doesn't make sense to me as a user itself. It's more like, oh, look what we can do. That's it. All of what Game Chat does is literally a worse version of what Discord does. Yeah, sure, totally. Like, even Discord has, you can watch multiple streams on Discord with 30 FPS without any issues most of the time. And if you have issues, it's because of Wi-Fi. Simple as that. There's that. Also, another thing, Game Chat only works if you have the online subscription. To my knowledge, from what they have shown, you can only use Game Chat when you have the online subscription on Nintendo. So, why don't you hop on Discord? So, it has its good usages, like, it's a solid 3-star for me. It's a solid 3, nothing out of the wild. If it had no subscription necessary, just having it for free, it would just jump up to 4-star almost. Not enough, but almost. It would be a 3.5 star for me. It's really in between 2 and 3 right now. Pay us for a thing that comes with the system you paid for. Yes, exactly. Like, the camera is also not included, by the way. You have to pay separately for that. So yeah. It's very funny. It's very funny. It will get overwhelming fast. Yeah, totally. It's nothing for me. Like, if I have the game chat function, like, how do I reach to my friends? I go to Discord, message them, are you available? Or we are already in a call and decide to play a Switch game. Then we are already in a call. No need to do anything. Just listen to his reactions, talk to him in real time, and that's it. There's no need for me to have game chat specifically, because the first point of reaching out to your friend is by messaging them through a messaging app, and maybe also call in that said app. Whereas for the Nintendo Switch, you don't have a chatting app or anything, and no one opens the Nintendo Switch like they open their phone and see a instant notification pop up. Like, nah, come on. It just fundamentally doesn't work with me, at least. It will have its niche uses for family specifically, I would assume. Like, it's literally family centered as I see it right now. Like, hey, my family overseas gonna play with us together. We're gonna do 4 people Mario Kart or Mario Party with webcam on. That is fine. That is fine. But I can't see, as an average gamer, I cannot see any usages from comparison to Discord at the very moment. And I cannot put it higher than 3 stars, even if it was a free service. So, C button, 3 stars. Okay. Along with the camera. 2 stars. Camera, 2 stars. Okay. Camera is sold separately, and I assume it will cost around $60-ish, or maybe even less than that. I have seen a piranha plant webcam. I'll just instantly Google it, like a Nintendo Switch 2 piranha plant webcam. You'll see it immediately pop up. Now that is a funny design, honestly, where you can close the camera like that, simple as hell. And apparently this should cost around $30 to $40, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very fun design. I love that design. It is more like, if I would ever get a Switch camera like that, it would be a similar design like the piranha plant, where you can just open and close it up. Not because it makes total sense, but also because it works as a decoration for a gamer room. Just makes sense. But the regular camera, as you see here, the standard one, I put it to 2. But why not 1 star? Well, it's more affordable than most cameras, and has USB-C ports, which means you can use this camera not just for your Nintendo Switch, but for your PC as well, if you do not have a camera. I doubt anyone doesn't have a camera nowadays, especially since the lockdown phases. Everyone has either a laptop or a camera, a tiny webcam somewhere. I doubt anyone would need a webcam. So my guess is you can use any webcam that you can attach to your Nintendo Switch with a USB-C cable. I hope so. If that is not the case, and only certain products are available for the Nintendo Switch with the webcam function, maybe then, yeah. However, that is just a pure idea and what I think this camera is worth in terms of stars. It can go up to 3 stars, definitely, very easily so, if there are games that will use the camera system to its full potential. And we already have one that already utilizes the camera as a showcase. We will talk about that a bit later. It comes up at the second spot later. That is my thoughts about this. You gotta pay for that thing, but it's cheaper than most big cameras, and to my knowledge, it's alright. It works. It works. It should work. And it's not bad. Like, if you're gonna get a camera, get a piranha plant. It's so much better. It's so much Nintendo vibes towards that. So yeah, the camera reminds me a lot of the double joystick attachment for the 3DS. There was what? 1 or 2 games? Oh my god. This camera reminds me of the GameCube era where you could get yourself a separate microphone for Mario Party and other games. You know, that little microphone. I don't know if anyone knows. A GameCube microphone. I had that. Not shopping images. I had this. Microphone. It was so bad. It was so bad. But I had this microphone. It's the same deal. But, well, I guess Nintendo's trying to do Xbox Connect or something like that. I don't know. Something similar with that. Absolutely greediest company. Oh, the greediest companies, yeah. It's getting better soon. Alright, that's a very funny topic to talk about, yeah. Bet it's gonna be the only product, but we won't know until it's time. Yeah, the thing is, this camera that you see here is the official product, and the Piranha plant is Nintendo verified or certified, either of them, but not an official Nintendo product. You know how certain Pro controllers are stamped with the seal of approval, like what's it called, quality seal of Nintendo, like a third-party camera basically. That's the Piranha plant. Imagine that. Someone had the brilliant idea. It's like, I bet the Piranha plant camera will outsell the regular camera. Definitely. But yeah, it all depends on games and developers on if they will utilize it or not and how well they're gonna do it. I do hope it won't be a forgotten feature, because there's so much potential for many developers to do something very cool with the camera features. But you can also make some very cringe stuff, some useless stuff, whatever. There's just, it all depends on the usage, but I feel like it's not so important. Thank you for the hydrate. You had to use that in Windmaker for bonusing with Tingle? Oh god. I don't remember that one. Oh my god. Okay, now, the Switch Pro controller. Honestly, until I can feel it in my hands, it will stay at 4. Why? I have the Switch 1 Pro controller in my hand right now. It feels amazing. Like, it is ergonomically amazing. What they have done is keeping it mostly the same, almost exactly the same. They added the game chat button in the middle. As you can see with my mouse here, in the middle there's a game chat button who most people won't use, probably. And they add grip buttons on, I don't know if anyone knows about the grip buttons. Switch to Pro controller. It may show them. It has a slick design with a bit more white over here. It's more futuristic and more different. You can see the big number 2 here. But the biggest deal with this controller is the grip buttons here. You can add 2 extra buttons if you want to use it with your ring finger, for example, your middle finger. You can use it for extra buttons, and I've seen many third-party controller have that already, except the Pro controller, which is now not the case anymore. So we have these 2 extra buttons. I rarely ever used that. Like, I had a third-party controller before with the grip buttons, but I never really utilized them. It can be neat. It's a nice addition that will not be used as often as I would do. However, the biggest deal with this controller is It has a headphone jack at the very bottom. That alone is a 4-star win in my book. Now, I really love the controller. It's very ergonomic. It feels so nice in my hands, and just tapping, just using the controller is very nice. All the buttons feel amazing. I have no issues. And ever since my third-party controller broke, within the first 2 months, I got the money back, and well, I didn't get the money back, but it was like half the price of a Pro controller. And what I did was I gave the third-party controller back to the retailer and got myself the Pro controller instead, and I just paid half the price for the Switch 1 Pro controller. So I know how much quality the Switch Pro controller has, and I trust this product already. However, I doubt it will go to number 5, because at number 5 when it comes to controllers is always gonna be my beautiful GameCube controller, and I will soon make a video about it. With that I mean an ASMR video, if anyone cares. Switch to Pro controller, 4-star. Now then, this is a weird one to show right now. Mouse controls. 4-star. You can use your Joy-Cons as a mouse. Both of them, not just one. I would love to put it to 5, but I can't yet, because let me first show you 3 hours of relaxing Nintendo music. That's what I'm playing right now. I had to reduce the volume a bit. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I recommend giving a like to that one. Anyway, with the mouse controls, it has incredible potential. Incredible potential. However, what I'm really worried about the mouse control is sliding on the surface with the Joy-Con upside down like this. I'm worried about the quality of the Joy-Cons, and it feels like it could be the Joy-Con Drift 2.0, but this time purposefully designed to do so. I call this the Tokyo Drift. The Joy-Con Drift? No, it's gonna be the Joy-Con Tokyo Drift at this point. Because I'm very worried about what's it called? The friction that it causes if it can use, like, if it can damage your Joy-Con or not. I have my hopes because of one tiny detail of the Joy-Cons. I have my hopes, but I also believe there will be mats selling, like, you know, you have mouse pads, right? I feel like there will be huge mats to sell. Many manufacturers will have like, oh look, there's a Mario themed mouse pad for the Switch 2 Joy-Con, stuff like that. More products to buy for yourself if you don't have a flat surface. Coming to the next point, having a flat surface would be necessary for this, I assume. I mean, if you're playing the Switch 2 in a docked station, you would rather just kick back, sit back on your chair, or even on your sofa if you have one, on a big TV or on your monitor. How are you gonna use mouse controls? Like, the one thing that console games have the upper hand when it comes to the PC gaming industry is how comfort is at a very high position. I can really relax, just have the controller in my hand, sit back like this and relax. Yeah, no. With the mouse controls it will be difficult. How am I gonna use my mouse? On my thighs? I mean, I think I can because I have thick thighs. It's not gonna be a huge deal. But my issue is here, how flat of a surface does it have to be, and are the sensors good enough to pick up movement like this? It depends on the sensor quality as well as the Joy-Con quality itself. I'm worried about the friction, but I put it to 4-star regardless because everything I said would be a 3-star, but I put it 4-star regardless because it has incredible potential for games. Especially one that has been shown, I will already spoil it right now, Metroid Prime 4. Anything that is first person shooter style game, cough cough, Splatoon maybe, you know, if they're gonna get that on the Switch too. There's so many games they can add. Like, Nintendo is bridging the gap between console gaming and PC gaming at the same time as handheld gaming now. Before, Switch 1 was the bridge between console and PC, to what I have seen. No, console and handheld. And with Switch 2, PC gaming comes into the play right now with this mouse control. It is a big brain move, and I put my hopes into this. I'm excited. I'm excited about this mouse control here. However, I don't know how the new Joy-Cons feel in your hand. If it's too tiny, I doubt that, because it's slightly bigger than the regular Joy-Con, to my knowledge. So I hope it feels better to use. And how fast can you do this? What is the friction? I don't know. But I wish and I hope that this will succeed. And I hope that there won't be any Tokyo Drift issues. That's what I think about this. I don't know who at Nintendo thought of making Joy-Con mice, but I'm here for it. I mean, they had like a very old Nintendo mouse. Like NES was it or something? I don't know. They had a mouse with 2 buttons. A regular ass mouse. Nintendo mouse. I don't know if you... There we go. Super NES. There we go. That's it. This already existed in the past. With 2 buttons. They had that. It's just the better version. A successor. You know? I hope I'm proven wrong. Yeah. 3-star for mouse function because it has potential. I foresee possible damage. Yeah, too much drift or walking mouse functions. That thing was awful. Yeah, we'll see. I put my hopes into this one. Like, hardware for Nintendo is really good, in my opinion. And we have peak music in the background. Now then, share games with local Switch users. Two-star. If it was global, if it was online, any friend from overseas, it would have been a 5-star. Not yet, no. It's just local. Okay, how many of you have friends locally? Be honest. I only have 0. Yeah. I had times where I had 1 or 2 for a year or 2. Then it plummeted. Nowadays, all my friends are in a different country. And yeah, I hope this will be explained further. If it is like you have to meet up with your friends to share locally your games, Oh my god, that would be so awful, man. I wish it worked similar to how you can share stuff on Steam, but better. Yeah, like to my knowledge, you can have a game that you downloaded and lend it to a friend or family member to their account for up to 2 weeks, and it will automatically return back to your account. I love that part. I love how it automatically returns back to you. It's like lending games, but digitally, you know? Instead of giving the cartridge to someone else, it just digitally transfers to them during the time only they can use it until time is up and it's going back to you. VPN and make it so you're the same place, maybe. So I only put it to start because I can't use it myself, and also with my limited knowledge, I don't know if I can use it with my friends online from far, far away. This can be a masterpiece of a new edition. It would make game lending so much easier. But for now, I can't give much my opinion to this one, unfortunately. Alright, Sonny, take care. Bye. Thank you so much. Alright. New kickstand, sturdy. A solid 3-star. I don't have much to say. I barely ever used the kickstand of my regular Switch, and I never had an OLED to test that one out. The regular Switch kickstand, I barely ever used it because I use my case, my Switch case, where I can flip it a little bit. So I mostly play my Switch either handheld, really holding it in my bed, which is very rare, or 95% of the time I would use it when I'm on my PC in a docked station. But I'm liking the new version where you can have it more angled and it looks more sturdy as well. It's a solid win, and technically here, but this is a personalized tier list now. I can't give it much more. So, bigger screen for the same thickness. Also 3-star. Because if you compare it to Switch 1 and Switch OLED, the OLED version had less of a black bar around the sides. I love that. I never had an OLED, but I love seeing that. The Switch 1 had a huge black bar, and I really don't like that. And the Switch 2 has the same black bar, but the Switch itself is bigger. I don't know what to think of it, but I love that it's the same thickness, so it still feels somewhat the same. I'm glad that they didn't change that much, so I'm neutral towards this one. I don't care if it has OLED or not, by the way. It's just a screen size according to the black bars ratio that I'm comparing right now, so I can't say more to that. Like, I'm not much of a handheld user at the moment. The only time I did use handheld was when I traveled to my friend when I stayed over, but even then we mostly hung out and did other stuff. I didn't put my Switch up and played on it for a long time. So yeah. So, upgrade packs for existing games. I'm sorry for the background noises, no one really cares about what I do here. So, Upgrade packs for existing games. This is a difficult one for me to grade, because I know I cannot profit from this, because I don't have any of the games that have an upgrade pack. However, I put it to 3-star because it could have been worse. It could have been, yeah, we don't do that shit, you just pay for the entire game again. No, you have the ability to only purchase the upgrade pack. This is generous on their part. This is generous, honestly. And it will cost like plus 20 or plus $10 to upgrade to the higher version or a new DLC. Imagine you buying a DLC and get the enhanced version. But this also only works the best for people who haven't finished playing the games that have the upgrade packs. Mainly for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. They have insane upgrades when it comes to graphics and performance. But if you already finished that game, let alone 100%, you won't be profiting off of this as much. For others, like for the new Kirby edition, that is a 4-star definitely, but I put it in a generalized matter, as well as putting my own twist to this. I put it as a solid 3, not lower than that, absolutely not. This deserves a thank you. That's it. They could have gotten it. They could have given us a bit more. Like the graphics upgrade for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom could be like a bonus for free, but you have to download a free DLC. Just saying, look at Sonic Frontiers with the free DLCs. They added so much content, so much content, that it's been a blast. Playable characters even. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I hate making comparisons to games when it comes to something more abstract, but I had to. Upgrade packs, 3-star. Dock with 4K resolution. Four-star. My usage, 2-star. No, but overall I graded 4-star because it's not just 4K resolution, but 4K and 60 frames per second. That is a massive surprise that I had seen when the Switch 2 Direct was showing live. I never expected that the Switch 2 would have been able to do 4K even. That has been the greatest surprise when it comes to the specs. I never watch anything on 4K, by the way. I only do 1080p, and I'm more than happy about what I have. I don't need more than 1080p. I just have 2 monitors. I'm a normal person, so I'm not a resolution enthusiast, but I stand by the 60 frames per second. Especially this thing here doesn't have it. I added here 1080p 120 FPS. I put it on the same category, which is mwah. Now honestly, this is at 5-star. Dock with 4K resolution at 60 FPS and 1080p 120 FPS, 5-star. I honestly put it to 5-star. This is like the biggest surprise, and I would have never been able to expect this from a Nintendo console, honestly. Especially not from a Switch successor. I'm honestly flabbergasted by this, even to this day. But still, there's a lot to talk about this as well, honestly. Just because this is possible doesn't mean all of the games will automatically be at this level. They have to be adjusted. Final decent, yeah. It's been a huge upgrade. Fun fact, today I've read that Nvidia says that the Switch 2 is 10 times better than the Switch 1. I don't trust that 100%. If you know anything about Nvidia this year, I'm just gonna say fake frames, AI generated frames, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like 10 times better would be like 2 times better in my case. But no, the Switch 2 is actually very powerful, but I don't like the 10 times better statement. I don't like the X amount of times better than statements in general. Just look at the specs, compare, that's it. Do not say, oh, this is 5 times better, 10 times better. Like, this is just useless. Just see the output from the game on the system itself and decide for yourself. But it's a solid win. This is the best one so far. 2 USB-C ports. 2-star, because it's only 2. No, just joking. Honestly, I can't really grade this. I don't know why this was put here, but I like it how you can have it like, if you have the Switch docked, you can add an additional USB-C port on the top of the Switch. Most of the time, your camera could be on the USB-C port at the top of the Switch. That's how it's been showcased. Or if you play the Switch on the tabletop mode, you can use the top USB-C port to charge the game, the system, while playing. Which you couldn't do that before with the regular Switch and the OLED. That's a positive. It's a convenient addition. I would say a 3-star, but for memes specifically 2-star because it only has 2 USB-C ports. I don't know about the Steam Deck or Ragal. I've never looked into those because I knew Switch 2 would come, and I know, and I always knew that there are Switch 2 specific exclusive titles, which I would, some of them, definitely get. Limited backward compatibility. 2-star. Why? Because it's limited. Why not 1-star? Because at least we have backwards compatibility, yeah, with some games. This should be a given. Like, backwards compatibility should be with every console. Every console that releases should have backwards compatibility. If it's backwards compatible, 5-star. You can play any game on the previous one without buying the previous console. But no, it's limited. Limited is 2-star already. It can't be justified. It can't be justified. It would only be a 5-star if it would be backwards compatible up to 2 generations, which I doubt any console has at the moment. Maybe in the past. What I really loved was the Wii, where you could play Nintendo Wii games as well as GameCube games. But you could also add, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have a memory of playing Game Boy Advance or Game Boy games on the Wii. And I had a Game Boy, I had a GameCube with the Game Boy adapter. where I can just put the cartridge in and I could play my Game Boy games on the GameCube, but you had to have a different game disc which allows you to play that. But for the Wii, I'm not so sure. Like, we had backwards compatibility and that should be a given. To my knowledge, for GameCube as well as for Wii, it was all games compatible, backwards compatible, not limited. So we have lost here. That's an L. Yeah, literally. 3DS could play DS as well, that's true, that's true. And the older DS games also had the Game Boy cartridge slots at the bottom. I loved that so much. I also used that. I used the old DS games with the cartridge slots at the bottom as well. Like, Nintendo was so great with their handhelds and their early consoles with the backwards compatibility options. Even on handheld, come on. Like, you wouldn't even think about that. Like, compare the eShop system as well. You have so much backwards compatibility if you combine those things together. It was amazing. Now, magnetic Joy-Cons. A 4-star. This is a special case where I will tell you more about it. It's not just magnets. The Joy-Con itself, the SL and SR buttons, you know, the side buttons that you can tap on, those are metallic, which is why it is magnetically connected to your Switch. However, the way it's connected is not just a magnet in the Switch, it is electromagnetic field which circulates around the Switch console itself and the SL or SR button on the Joy-Con, and that circulation causes an electromagnetic field which is, as it says, magnetic. This technology alone is why I put it to 4-star, because earlier, if I just didn't know about that simple fact, it would have been 3-star, not higher than that, because I would have been worried about how sturdy and durable it is. But no, they even showcased the magnetic before even showing the electromagnetic field. They showcased how you can't really rip it off easily. Maybe you can if you're a monkey, but if you're stupid enough. But you can't accidentally rip it out because it's magnetically attached. You have to click on the button on the back, just how you would eject a normal Joy-Con, to snap it away. It is brilliant design, and it succeeded my expectations. And the electromagnetic solution they have here, as someone who has studied in this field, I am really, really happy about this solution. I can't give 5-star because I do not know about the actual durability as well as the quality of the product yet. But I'm, like, as I said, the hardware of Nintendo is amazing. Like, we have 2 Joy-Con specific hardware topics at 4-star. Except the C button. Magnetic Joy-Cons, 4-star. Hate my data signal spotty. Oh no. So, do we have anything else weird thing outside of games? We have some stuff here, but before we go into actual games, let me put up here GameCube Classics will be added to Nintendo Online membership plus the expansion online. I don't know what they call it. I always got the regular online expansion. I was excited when I saw the GameCube controller. I almost lost my shit. Then I realized it's the Online Plus membership, you know, the one that you pay much more, which you also gain access to, like the booster pass of Mario Kart 8, for example, which you don't have to buy separately. It's all about getting your subscriptions, getting you to subscribe services where you lose your money. That's how I see it. Why do I put it to 2-star? It is, firstly, it's for the more expensive tier. Secondly, it's only a limited amount of games on the Nintendo GameCube Classics. And third of all, if they have GameCube, they could very well put the V Classics as well at the same time as a combination. Did the price change for the online subscriptions? I don't know. I doubt that they changed the price, but if they do that, oh boy, you can see the entire world go in flames, which is already happening, by the way. Hate that it's the membership to get it, but I do want to play stuff like Pitfall again. Yeah, never remake that, yeah. You know, instead of GameCube Classics here, with the Online Plus, there's a beautiful dolphin that makes so much beautiful music in my ears, like some sounds. Have you listened to dolphins before? They are amazing. They're beautiful, beautiful. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, before we jump on to the actual games, this is the current tier list. I have to take a break urgently, and I will also hydrate myself in a bit. We'll take a short break here. And I have returned. Hello everyone. So, any comments on the tier list currently? I named this stream as the happiness tier list. How happy I am about them. And currently it's actually correct, honestly. Like, honestly, if I would be someone who would use the online membership all the time, if I weren't a content creator, I would probably put the Nintendo GameCube Classics higher up, definitely. The amount of hype I had at first was at 4-star, but it quickly declined. So this is literally my accurate happiness tier list. So yeah. Now, yeah, I even had to search for a tier list that exists, which had all of these stuff and not just the games, because I wanted to talk about all of these new additions as well, obviously. No. We're starting off strong. We're starting off strong. Mario Kart World. Or Open World, should I say. How then? Oh, that's a heated topic if you haven't been active for the past 2 days. Oh my god. So, price aside, which is why it doesn't go to 5-star, I am freaking hyped. I genuinely am very hyped. Yes, open world-ish. You have free roam ability where you can go outside the racetrack and check out the world from one racetrack to the next and just hang around with your friends even. You can just join with your friends and roam around the world, go from one track on the opposite side of the map on the other end, whatever you want. You have a camera mode as well. On top of that, you have rail grinding. I love that. I'm a sucker for that. And jumping around from wall to wall. No, when I saw that, I'm like, this is the Mario Kart for me. I love that stuff. I love that stuff. It was a massive hype. All around it was a massive hype. Can't downplay it. It can never be less than 4-star for me. Yeah, impossible. So, I'm excited. Just wish they talk about stuff in their lives and save it for the micro specific stream. Yeah, totally. I saw some stuff from the treehouse. There's a KO mode, which I'm super excited for. I love that mode from what we have seen. I'll definitely check it out. Hell yeah, I agree. This is the biggest highlight when it comes to the games of Nintendo Switch 2. The biggest highlight. So yeah, I recommend everyone to watch the trailer of Mario Kart World at least once. So yeah. Now then. There are 2 requirements for me to put it up to 5-star. Number 1, the price. Everyone says it already. It's been spammed everywhere. $80 for the physical copy, $70 for digital, to my knowledge. That is the recommended price from Nintendo itself. Some places have it more expensive, some others have it tiny bit less. But I don't like how the physical copies are nowadays more expensive than the digital ones. I'm a physical copy collector myself. Well, by collector, I don't mean I collect games. I only buy games that I want to play. And if I do buy the games, if I have the option to pick a physical copy, I would. Definitely. Because I don't like downloading digitally. The download times are horrific for me. But also, if I wanna give the game away to someone, I can just give the cartridge. as I did with my older Wii games. Some of the Wii games I gave to my friend overseas, and that was amazing. Literally, physical copies without the game so useless to me. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of physical copies for preservation as well as reselling purposes. Like, it's much easier to go on a website and find a used game, an old DS game, let's say an old Pokemon game that you want to play. It's not sold anywhere officially, so you go by resellers and maybe GameStop or anything else, whatever, where you go. Some stores, some individuals sell old games physically. I don't like the key idea. Yeah, they're a game key kind of thing, but to my knowledge they're not much different. It's like the cartridge itself has a key, like a passcode ingrained in it. And that's not for every game, by the way. It's only a select few, to my knowledge. And that key works as you insert a cartridge and it downloads the game like a digital game, and it's in your system. To open that game you have to have the cartridge in it, like a pass key. It's like a digital download without having it being able to open every time, unfortunately. It's a lesser version of a digital download, but you can still resell it, give it to someone else, because you can download the game with the game key cartridge on any system, but to play that game the card has to be inserted, just like it's like a physical game as you know it with extra steps. So there's not much difference to it in my opinion. So yeah, there has been a lot of misinformation about the game keys, so that is my current view and knowledge that I wanted to share. I hope it is useful. So, number one, as we have spoken, the price is incredible for Mario Kart World. Way too much, would people say. I do believe the price for this game, Nintendo knows they can do it. They know people will buy it, because I don't know any person who owns a Nintendo system without a Mario Kart game on them. Some people buy a new Nintendo console just for their new Mario Kart. Just like how some people will buy the console for a new Smash game, you know, Smash Brothers. A similar way, but the lesser extent. I always got the Mario Kart games on all consoles, starting from Super Circuit. Anything before Super Circuit I wasn't alive. So ever since the Super Circuit, which I had at age 3, yes, I was a very tiny boy. I was a gamer at age 3 already. I'm very proud of myself. I have so much experience. Anyway, I had played every single Mario Kart game ever since Super Circuit. But I don't buy a Nintendo system because of Mario Kart, by the way. Every Nintendo system I bought, it was multiple games. I don't fit in the same category, basically. So, I'm not the target here. They know they can do this. They know they can sell it. They will, 100%. That's why they charge it more. However, if you think about how big Mario Kart World is, with all the new additions, cough cough, I didn't mention 24 players in a race. The KO mode, the free roam, with your friends together, hopefully. The rail grinding and switching from wall to wall to ceiling, the new items, all of that together, I think, just for the content itself and the quality, it might be warranted. I'm not so sure, but I feel like that, like 70 is a fair price, definitely. 70, 100%, I can get behind that, especially for such a big game like this. Now, anything above that is stretching it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but I will get this game eventually. The question is when. So, I already talked about the first point. The second point, however, is will it be online multiplayer with servers or online multiplayer as in peer-to-peer, as it was so far with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, with the regular Mario Kart, with Smash Bros. Ultimate, with Splatoon. All of those games do not base on servers but on peer-to-peer system. Which means your Switch connects to the other Switch and that's how you play together. It's not your Switch connecting to the server. That's not how it works. So, if it does have peer-to-peer, it will never be a 5-star for me. Because I cannot play. At the current moment, because of my NAT type having struggles, I cannot play with anyone online. Not my friends, let alone random people. I cannot play online Mario Kart or Smash Bros. Because it doesn't let me, due to the peer-to-peer system that still exists to this day, only on Nintendo games, to my knowledge. That is the biggest letdown for me. However, I don't know. No one knows. I don't think it's confirmed yet. I'm waiting and hoping for new information on the Mario Kart World's specific direct that they will show soon. I'm not sure when that livestream will happen. I haven't checked the dates. I don't have the Nintendo app, by the way. This was also announced a while ago. I don't have that app. I don't want to use another app like that. I don't want to be bound to my phone or bound to Nintendo like this. But if it has peer-to-peer, I will not get this game day one. Definitely not. I will stretch this game out until I am able to escape my NAT type somehow in the future. Worst case scenario, I might have to move out to a different place where there are fiber network connections. I don't have fiber at home. I do not have that. I feel very primitive when it comes to this. And to my honest opinion, anyone who can play online with the peer-to-peer system are privileged to do so. By now I would have done many Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournaments that I would love to host as a VTuber against other VTubers. I feel like I'm a great Mario Kart player, especially since I've been playing it since Super Circuit. Every single one of them, I always went to the 100% mode, 3 stars on every single map, every single difficulty, unlocking everything, of course, including the gold card combos with the characters, like in Super Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 7 I mean. It took a long time to collect all the coins for the golden Mario and whatnot, the golden glider, gold pods. It was a grind, but I also had like 10,000 online points on that game as well in the past. When it worked, because on the DS, on the 3DS, for Mario Kart 7, I could play without any issues. It's just from Mario Kart 8 that I couldn't. So yeah, if it is online play based on a server, and not peer-to-peer, if it's based on a server and not peer-to-peer, then I will probably get it day one, if possible, if we have it day one available, that is. If it does have the online server system, then I will be able to purchase the bundle, hopefully, and save myself around $30. Because if you want this game, and you don't have the peer-to-peer issue like I do, I highly recommend you to get the bundle. And this is also a move specifically made by Nintendo. They know what they're doing. To increase the sales of Mario Kart Worlds, they would sell it with a bundle for cheaper. Totaling amount is cheaper, $30 cheaper than buying it separately. And that bundle is only available for a limited amount of time, to my knowledge, until fall. Which really sucks. And that is also on purpose. Like, do you think they just do it, no, honestly, until Christmas, yeah, Christmas holidays, yeah, no. By the time Christmas holidays are up, you won't have the Mario Kart Worlds and the Switch 2 bundle anymore. Unless something drastic changes, like no one buying Mario Kart World, or no one buying the Switch 2 on purpose, which I highly doubt. People keep saying, drop the price, drop the price. It's the single sentence that's been spammed the entire time in the Nintendo Treehouse events from yesterday as well as today. I watched both, from start to finish, from a different channel which reacted to it. Because I also wanted that content creators' reactions and thoughts as well. And they aligned with mine, so I had a more enjoyable time watching someone else to react that entire treehouse than watching the treehouse myself on my own. So yeah, it was a massive fail, but currently it's at 4-star. Mario Kart World, 4-star. I will now take a sip. That was a very long section, but it was needed. My biggest issue, as I said, is just peer-to-peer or not. If yes, I will not buy it until... No, I will not buy it until I have a Switch much later. Or I might actually never buy it until it's very cheap. Because the latest point in time where I will buy a Nintendo Switch is when this game comes out. I'll talk about it later. Anyway, now from peak to bottom, to bikini bottom. Okay, no, genuinely, Donkey Kong Bonanza, 1-star. I'm sorry. All DK fans, I'm sorry. First of all, let me explain. If you like this game from what you have seen, and you want to get this game, I hope you have fun. And I mean it genuinely. I hope this game is for you. I really hope that you will have fun and enjoy playing it. I really hope so. I grew up with Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, as well as Donkey Konga. The two games where you use the bongos for the GameCube. Later on the Nintendo Wii U, was it? Donkey Kong Country Returns came out. That's also another game that I played. That's all the Donkey Kong games I played myself. All the other Donkey Kong games I have watched Let's Plays of. Not every single one. I had Diddy Kong Racing on my DS, by the way, but I don't count that as a Donkey Kong game. However, that Diddy Kong Racing was goated and I want a sequel of that or some sorts, please. That is an underrated gem. But not the topic right now. Donkey Kong Bonanza, from what I have seen, it doesn't feel like Donkey Kong at all. I feel like it is, in a technical point of view, a massive feat. How you can destroy almost absolutely everything. The entire world, the entire level. You can just rip off the ground, rip off the stone, and destroy everything. It is, technically speaking, an incredible feat, which that alone would be a 5-star worthy feat, but that would also make it seem like a tech demo to say like, oh, look what the Switch 2 can handle. That's the only point. That's how I see it. But no, I do not have the Donkey Kong vibes. I don't like the redesign of Donkey Kong. I really don't like the gameplay. I watched the Treehouse event, both of them, without skipping. It feels like a weird mix of Mario Odyssey and some other games together. It feels very much like Mario Odyssey, but you can destroy everything. I don't know what the point of this game is. I don't know who this game is made for. I feel like children will definitely enjoy this game. Definitely. I do have that idea. But I'm not a Donkey Kong fan, but I wasn't impressed by this either. I used to love Donkey Kong, like Jungle Beat was my beat. I loved that game and I played it multiple times. It was very difficult, but it was very fun as well. And Donkey Konga was also nice. The first rhythm game that I ever played. And I was very bad at it. I would love to play it again with my new skills. But yeah, no, honestly, Donkey Kong Bonanza is a disappointment for me from what I have seen. I don't know if I forgot to mention anything. Like, there's no jungle, there's nothing. It's just Donkey Kong in the mines or something like that. Like, it doesn't feel like a Donkey Kong game at all. It's more like, if you replace Donkey Kong with any other character, the best character I can think of is like Wario. It makes total sense, where you grab all the collectibles with the golden crystals, gold or whatever. It just makes sense for Wario. But I feel like it's a great game with the wrong character. It's a decent game with a wrong character. Like, I don't really enjoy the way the game looks either as much. Graphics with the water texture, with the lighting, the effects, and the way the game works where you can destroy everything is amazing. I don't like the textures, I don't like the way it looks as much, I don't like the style. That is purely what I think. But if you think otherwise, don't let me dictate your choice with this one. I just say I am disappointed from what I have seen. And some people have waited for many years for a new Donkey Kong game and get greeted with this. And the person I watched is a Donkey Kong fanatic, a huge fan of Donkey Kong. And he was utterly disappointed and destroyed. He lost his soul. He looked so sad, and I haven't seen him like that in a while. Now, Kirby Air Riders Sakurai. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nintendo, for making this a possibility. Thank you for giving Sakurai-sama the chance to work on his little baby, his Kirby, once again. Especially Air Riders, a new thing, a new game. I'm super hyped. I'm more hyped than... It's so weird. Look, the thing is, it also is about peer-to-peer or not. However, regardless if it is peer-to-peer, I will get it. I feel like I will get it. The only drawback I might have is the price. I don't know the price. I don't know the price yet. If it is 70, I don't think I can justify it. I might honestly not get it and play it from a friend, borrow it with this local game share, if it's actually possible, with me online, if it's actually possible to share online, would be amazing. But I'll figure a way to play this game. I will definitely play it. I'm most excited for the city trial. Hopefully we'll get more out of it. Hopefully it will be online. Honestly, it has to be online. I highly doubt it won't. But the saving grace would be the minigames being expanded, having a proper multiplayer for that. In terms of hype and how much happiness I felt, this game is at the top. I honestly, this game is the reason why I woke up my friend early in the morning. Like, yo dude, wake up. It's all I sent to him. Until he woke up. Only then I told what was going on. I was a menace, but oh my god, this game really got me hyped up so much. Technically speaking, just if you want to take the games in a technical development perspective, you would switch, like put the Air Riders at 3 and Bonanza at 5, because how difficult it is to create such game. I know Bonanza is a very difficult to create game. I can see it, I know. But it's completely missed the mark because it's covered in Donkey Kong, which doesn't make sense here. I don't see Donkey Kong at all in this entire thing. Kirby Air Riders 5-star. Fast Fusion. Ports? I will like no comment. Can I not do a no comment version? Oh my god. Add a row below. No comment. Yeah, there you go. No comment. Fast Fusion. I can't say much to it. Now, welcome to... Here we go. Here we go. The most controversial game that was shown. Yes, the Welcome Tour is a game that you pay for. It's a Nintendo Switch 2 manual that you play and have a couple minigames that show you what it can do. the manual that they showed like during the treehouse event, that was the lowest point of the treehouse event for me especially. However, the only one thing good that this welcome tour showed is the magnetic Joy-Cons, the electromagnetic field that they make to actually get this magnetism working. I appreciate that. But for fun facts about the Switch 2, as a game that you sell separately, while we had Astro's Playroom, was it? For PS5 or something? For free, a platformer that was filled with content. I watched someone play that. We had Nintendo Land on release for the Wii U. We had Wii Sports for the Wii. Yes, Welcome Tour is paid game, is sold separately. It doesn't come with the Switch 2. And what most people will do, and I hope they do, is just watch someone else play and just outright refuse to buy it. No. Like, I have heard that is only $10. It doesn't matter if it's $10 or $1. It should be free. It should be with the system ingrained. It's a 1-star, definitely. There's nothing will tell me to put it to 2-star. Nothing will tell me to go above. Welcome to 1-star. Valve made Aperture from desk for free. Same purpose and amazing game. I don't know about that one, but it sounds amazing. SD guide, nice. Hey, can I say something? You know how we have like the VR headsets, right? You know Super Hot? If you have heard of that game before, it has a free demo. That demo shows everything that you need to know about how awesome VR gaming can be. That alone is a free game. It has much more fun content than Welcome Tour. I played the Super Hot free version because I never paid the game. I never paid for the game. I never had VR properly. Only had the Quest 1 that barely works. The only reason I got that Quest 1 was to play Beat Saber, that's it. Yeah. But I did play a lot of Beat Saber, so I feel like it was worth to buy. I got it for way cheaper, like half the price, long ago, on a discount, so I think that's fair. But even a fucking VR headset had a free game, just multiple free games. Like you also had like the Star Wars experiences for free as well. For example, there's also another thing where you play like a god mode of some sorts, like a sandbox kind of game, which is also available as a free demo. VR chat itself, come on. This is unforgivable, honestly. Okay, Hyrule Warriors. Oh yeah, that exists. Story content, probably 4-star. I never played Breath of the Wild myself properly, or Tears of the Kingdom, and I do not intend to get those games due to the time investment they have. I don't know about Tears of the Kingdom, but I did watch someone play Breath of the Wild for 100% completion. I know that's a lot of hours to waste, but when the Switch came out, I never had the Switch until 2 years later, which is why I watched someone play it in 100%, and I had way much more free time. But for Tears of the Kingdom, I have no idea, basically. Warriors style gameplay, I'm not a fan of. at first the hype levels was at level 5 because I saw Zelda walking together with that big dude I forgot the name of because I never played this game, the Tears of the Kingdom game. But at first it seemed like too good to be true because it seemed like a proper Zelda game where you play as Zelda, and which is not a top-down chibi version game like the others Zelda game that was Echoes of Wisdom, I think was it called. To be honest, I think that game looks good. Probably fun as well. I never got it, I never played it. I do not have interest to that style of a game. But this one, oh boy. I was hyped for a second, but it was too good to be true. It's a Warriors game. But the story, I believe, will go really hard. And anyone who's gonna get this game, I hope you have so much fun. Like, yeah, no, it can be fun. I know it can be fun. But the gameplay style, the Warriors style is not mine. So anyone who gets this game, I hope you have a blast. I really hope you will, actually. I know this will be an enjoyable game for those who like this style of gameplay. I know that. And Jamboree. With the special add-on, of course. I can't grade it well because I never played Super Mario Party Jamboree myself. And I don't like the newer generation Super Mario Party as much. The last Super Mario Party game that I liked was Super Mario Party 7 for the GameCube. Well, I will grade this game based on what we saw on the Switch 2 trailers. Only about the addition to this game, not the base game itself. Because otherwise I can just say no comment here, you know. So basically, Super Mario Party Jamboree, the new additions that come along is mouse controls, and I saw air hockey as a minigame, which is a 4-star immediately. For me, technically, that minigame looks fun. Then you have other minigames with the mouse controls. You have minigames with the microphone, because the Switch 2 has an inbuilt microphone, which has noise cancelling as well, which wasn't mentioned here on this thing. I don't have a strong opinion on that. It has to be tested firsthand to give an opinion. But microphone minigames, mouse control minigames, as well as webcam minigames also exist for the new addition to Super Mario Jamboree. The webcam, you see, there's a separate mode with Bowser apparently, where you literally are standing in front of the camera like Xbox Kinect or something like that. Or does anyone remember PS2 iToy Playjoy, or was it called something like that? I had that. I had the PS2 iToy camera, and the game that was along with it. That was so bad. The quality was horrible, but it was fun. It was stupid fun. I had that one. You can imagine a game in that style. So I don't think I have seen every single Jamboree minigame with the camera, mouse controls, as well as the microphone from the Treehouse event, because I kinda dozed off almost, if I'm being honest. I kinda dozed off. I didn't really focus too much. I was reading chat, I was talking to someone else while this stream was in the background. So I cannot judge much, but the amount of additions this game has is probably 3-star or even 4-star, but I'll let it at a solid 3-star. Super Mario Party Jamboree with the add-ons of the new Nintendo Switch 2. 3 stars. Definitely not 2. Definitely not. But someone who already enjoys this game will probably put it to 4 or 5 stars even, depending on how much of a big fan you are. Realistically speaking, 3 to 4. Now then, Legends ZA. For the Switch 2 specifically. Hear me out. Thank you. Pokemon Legends ZA, 5-star. The moving on. Nah. I will explain. I will explain. Jokes aside. Now then. The Switch 2 edition will have slightly better graphics and beautiful looking visuals, yada, sprinkle, sparkle. Don't care as much for that. As long as it doesn't... like, they can't really drastically change the graphics, right? That's it. However, the frames per second, the hardware of the Switch 2 will make this game fluid. I put this on stone right now. I doubt the Switch 2 will struggle with Pokemon Legends CA, or the other way around. Yes, it's the other way around. If Pokemon Legends CA struggles to run on the Switch 2, no living person can tell me or the world that it's because of the hardware issues. I'm so sick of hearing people saying, oh, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have so much performance issues because it's on the weak Switch hardware. No. You can't say that when Tears of the Kingdom exists, when Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and now Xenoblade Chronicles X. All 4 games exist on the same hardware and run fluently. I have played Xenoblade Chronicles 3 very recently, as well as Scarlet and Violet. On Twitch and YouTube, I streamed both games very recently, the past 6 months. 6 to 12 actually. In the past year, I've streamed both games. And you can see the difference night and day. Now, with the Switch 2, 4K 60 FPS, 1080p 120 FPS, you cannot anyone tell me that it's because it's a weak hardware. No. This is basically like a last chance at performance. I will be getting Pokemon Legends CA as soon as it comes out, if I can, because I'm genuinely hyped for this game, because it has Absol and Vaporeon. Mega Absol. Jokes aside, the combat intrigues me so much. I'm genuinely hyped for this. Especially from what we have seen with... I don't want to spoil myself too much either, you know? I haven't played Legends Arceus because I didn't like how it looked like. I'm brutally honest with you. I didn't like the visuals. And then the more I learned about this game, the less I liked the grindy mechanism of catching Pokemon non-stop. That's how it seemed to me, and the open world seemed like dead, like uninteresting. And technically speaking, just playing in a massive city, a city being the only place where you play, is technically uninteresting as well. But we have seen a couple places like parks, like theme park kind of thing. You can go to rooftops, which they could have done much better than teleporting up, honestly. Look, I am brutally honest with what I will say to Pokemon Legends ZA once it comes out. I know I will have fun because of the combat. I can see the potential. I will get Absol, 100%, no joke, I will get Absol. The reason why I want to have a Switch 2 is because of Pokemon Legends ZA. So, the latest point in time where I will get a Switch 2 is when Legends ZA drops. Yeah. And I do hope there will be a bundle of Legends ZA and the Switch 2 together. Just like how we have with Mario Kart World and Switch 2. Because, hear me out, by the time Legends ZA comes out, we might not have the Mario Kart World bundle anymore. So what? Nintendo will have a console without a bundle available? Like, I doubt there will be a time where there's 0 bundles available. Just the console and the game separately. It doesn't make sense. Like, a limited time bundle for Mario Kart World, which I do believe could return in the future, depending on the sales, of course. But this is a gamble that I'm doing. I would only get the Mario Kart World bundle if it is an online server system and not peer-to-peer. If it's peer-to-peer, I will give up on this. I will give up on buying a Switch 2 early. I will not buy any games. Nothing. Not at all. Until Pokemon Legends ZA comes out. And when this game comes out, I will get the Switch 2. If it comes with a bundle, better for me, I will win. Or maybe there's a different bundle, like if they will say, nah, we continue the Mario Kart World bundle, we want this to sell with the bundle, and Pokemon Legends ZA announces, yeah, there will be no bundles with this game, then I will get the Mario Kart World bundle and this game separately. This is my strategy for now. I will wait for the announcement if Super Mario Kart World is peer-to-peer or not. That's literally the only deciding factor for me if I will get a Switch 2 early or not. Which sucks. It really sucks. But I feel like I'm in a better position than some people, and I do not take it for granted. If the Switch 2 comes out, Legends ZA and Air Riders might be my only 2 games for a while. I think so. I really think so. These will be the only 2 games that I will play for a while. I might not own Mario Kart World until much later. So, Legend CA 5-star. Drag and Drive. I'll put it to 3-star. Yeah, Drag and Drive 3-star. Why? I love the inclusivity. I love the idea, but it lacks flair, it lacks color, it lacks what ARMS had. It's like the ARMS of Switch 2. Some people made memes of, we have Switch 1 arms, we have Switch 2 legs. That's so horrible. But yeah, no. Drag and Drive could be fun. I will not get it. I'm not interested as much. But I will definitely play if someone else had it and invited me over. I'm like, hell yeah. I would rather play Drag and Drive than Bonanza. 100%. Definitely. However, as it currently stands, I do believe it's like lacking a little bit. If what we have seen is all there is, it depends on the price at that point, honestly. As much as I hate to say it. Yeah, this is all I can say for now. Like, the controls, however, as simple as it is with the mouse controls, like you actually use the wheels yourself kind of thing, I love that idea so much. And it can be rather competitive as well. Like, there could be competitive scene for Dragon Drive, and I would love to watch that. Honestly. I'm not a sports person, but I would watch this one, definitely. But I don't think this game will outlive ARMS, let alone in the competitive scene. But I do hope this game does well. And I hope it adds more stuff, because it looks so bland, basic, kinda. I love the idea. I love how you can wink. I love how you can wave and give high five to your friend. I love that stuff. The tiny details is amazing. There is a bit of love into this game. Love and thought is there. This is why I will not put it to 2 stars, but 3 instead. So now, survival kits. The fuck is this? I don't know. I can't say much. It's not for me. That's all I will say. If you want to play it, then I hope you enjoy it. But I would rather play Minecraft instead. And it looks so weird, so uncanny. I don't like this 3D look, kinda. This plastic look, like it felt so weird and out of place for me. I can't say much. Survival kits, 1 star. Metro Prime 4 Beyond Switch 2 edition. I only played 1 Metro game in my entire life, and that is a Metro game that many people do not consider a Metro game. It was on the DS. Metroid something Other M. Metro Prime Other M or something, I don't know. It's like a demo. It's a demo game. That's all I had to play. And in terms of gameplay, Metro Prime 4 comes closer to that kind of gameplay than Dread, for example. What I absolutely adore for this game, I'm so happy for this game and all of its fans, is the mouse controls together with this game is perfect. This is why mouse controls have such high... I lost words. I'm at loss for words. Like, so much potential. Like, Prime 4 is a perfect game for mouse controls like this. Like, give it a try, yeah? Give it a try, honestly. I believe people who love Metroid, let alone Metro Prime series, will absolutely love this game. It looks beautiful. Like the visuals, I love the visuals. I love everything about this game, how this looks. But I'm not into the playstyle, the gameplay. I'm not into the gameplay of any Metro game. Unfortunately, it's not a game for me. But I will rank it at 4 star. At the bare minimum. If I were a Metroid fan, it would be 5. But I'm not. I was more hyped of Metroid Prime 4 than any of the other games at the bottom part. 100%. That's what I can say with certainty. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Switch 2 edition, 4 star. Meow then. what do we have next? Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom bonus upgrade. It looks much prettier from what I have seen, and people say it's much more fluid gameplay. But you will pay for the upgrade, or you pay the full price on the Switch 2 edition. Yeah, I will put it up here on the 3-star because it's the same place as the upgrade packs for existing games. So Zelda upgrades 3-star. Puyo Puyo Tetris, no comment because it's just Puyo Puyo and Tetris. I never played Puyo Puyo. I've played Tetris, but that's about it. I can't say much. So Dusk Bloods. In terms of hype, at 4-star, definitely it needs to be more of an upgrade than frame rate and resolution. Yeah, can be, but the games are already massive, which is the reason why I don't buy them. They're way too big of a game for me, time investment wise. That's the reason why I don't buy the game. I don't have the time for it. I can't make time for this. But yeah, the Dusk Bloods. I'm very surprised that From Software puts their eggs in the basket for having Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive title, the Dusk Bloods. That is a bold move, and they put their trust in this game and this entire console. This is an exclusive title. That is the reason why I'm so surprised. The visuals all look great. This is not a game for me, but in terms of hype and how amazing it was shown, it has to be 4-star for me, just from how much I enjoyed watching that segment. It was literally like, it goes along with this part here with the specs of the Switch. Like, it's to show, hey look, I trust in this console. That's what From Software is saying. And I never played Dark Souls or Elden Ring or whatever, Bloodborne either. I haven't played those games. Those games are not for me. I don't like those games, the gameplay wise, but visually they are beautiful. Like Elden Ring, I love how beautiful it looks like. The Dusk Bloods also has very nice visuals from what we have seen. I don't know much about this game other than what we have seen, but a bold move, and that alone deserves a clap, hand clap. Honestly, it was a beautiful direct. Seeing all of these, it was beautiful. That's all I can say, honestly. The Dusk Bloods, 4-star. Now, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition. No comment, it's just a port. Yakuza, I can't say anything, I never played any of these. Bravely Default is HD Remaster. Professor Layton is here. Fortnite, never gonna comment on this. Street Fighter, same thing. Civilization, Cyberpunk on the Switch, it's so funny. Enter the Gungeon, I never played the first one. I don't like that kind of gameplay style and never was interested. Same for Hitman, something. Kimitsugami, I don't know about this much. Raido, I can't say much to this. Split Fiction, I don't have an opinion to this game. It was shown, maybe 3-star, like, I'm not moved by it, but I cannot form an opinion if I'm being honest. I wasn't hyped, I wasn't disappointed. I cannot give an opinion. Same for Starseeker, Tamagotchi Plaza, Guardians of Azuma as well. I cannot say that, even Hogwarts Legacy as well. Now then, we're coming to the fun part, huh? Silk Song, Hollow Knight Silk Song. 5-star. Well, this game was shown for about 3 seconds in the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation. And the chat went ballistic. The internet almost crashed. There were like 1.3 million people watching at the same time. This was an insane time to be alive. Look, I'm not the biggest Hollow Knight fan. Said the person who already has 107% completion rate, and yeah, already did the first 2 Pantheons and all. I think even the first 3, I don't remember. But the only thing I haven't done in the first Hollow Knight game is like the challenges, whatnot. Like I haven't beaten the one boss in Pantheon 3 at the end, I think. Was it 3 or 4? It's the final boss but enhanced and also deals 2 times damage to you. I don't like that boss fight. And I spent like 30 minutes to try to learn its moveset. And I kinda understand what he's doing, but I don't like the fight, so I gave up. And after reaching 107% in 30 hours, 35 hours, something like that, I stopped Hollow Knight, and my total playtime is like 40-50 hours. I did enjoy, but it took me a while to get into it, honestly. And I never knew if I really enjoyed it as much, but at one point when I unlocked certain movement abilities, it was very fun to traverse around. Some stuff were very fun, but some boss fights were just, I really did not like it. But in terms of hype, this definitely is up here. Like this was one of the most hyped things. If you blinked, you missed it. That's sort of the thing that was shown. It was very fun. Now then, Deltarune. Top. I was absolutely stoked. I can't believe that we actually get 2 chapter releases at the same time on the date that Switch 2 launches. But this is not enough for me to buy the Switch, of course. Nope, I'm not gonna buy the Switch for Deltarune. Nope. And it's not gonna be Switch exclusive anyway, so meow. Deltarune 5-star. It's amazing. Now, Tomodachi Life, the new game. 2-star for me personally, because I wasn't like a huge fan of Tomodachi Life either. Like, it's a neat thing, but it's not for me. That's it. I wasn't hyped. I had more like a meh kind of thought. That's all about it. That's all I can say for this game specifically. Like, I would rather play Dragon Drive, in all honesty. Yeah. This is the current tier list. I don't have anything left. Did I miss anything? I am not sure. There are many more games that were, like a couple more games that were shown briefly for a couple seconds, just like how fast Silk Song was shown. But they were so minor, like the very bottom part with the no comment games, like I don't even need to talk about this, like I have no opinions to those games. It's mostly just ports or a new game that I can't really talk about, like the Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, Split Fiction, Starseeker, I don't remember anymore. Can't really say much. Like, that's about it. Meow. Anything else? That's all that I have right now. I already stated the conditions for me to buy the Switch 2. It's if Mario Kart World has peer-to-peer, I will wait until Legend CA to release before I buy a Switch 2 console. And I do not have any problems waiting for that long with the current game releases that have been shown. And if I do get it day one with Mario Kart World, then I will be busy with Mario Kart World and I will get Deltarune, Kirby Air Riders, and then Legend CA towards the end of this year. Silksong probably next year, was it? Just briefly mentioned. I don't remember, I didn't pay much attention. I just saw, oh my god, Silksong mentioned, like officially, on the direct like this. It was insane. But yeah, that's all, literally. Like, I would love to play Mario Kart World. Like, I would love to play that so much. I would love to that. I love that. I'm really excited for that. Legends, yeah, also, the 100%. Air Riders, I want to do the city trial. But I might actually not buy it, depending on the price and all that stuff. And when it comes to this stream about this Tierlist, it's done. I have nothing more to add. So yeah, give me a second. So sorry about that. So this is it for the tier list specifically, but now it's just some more thoughts. I have been thinking of moving on to a new game after finishing Outer Wilds, or at least playing it tomorrow again, and that would be Super Mario World, Super Mario 3D World with Bowser's Fury Edition. I never played that game and I want to play that until the Switch 2 releases, because once it does release I will be too busy with maybe Mario Kart World, or if not this game, then Deltarune, Kirby Air Riders together, and then obviously then Legend CA at the end. That's about it. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed this stream. There's another tier list of the Mario Kart characters. Luigi S rank and everything at the bottom tier. Everything at the bottom tier. Luigi S rank. Yeah. Do we agree? Do we agree? Do we agree on Luigi S tier and everything else bottom tier? 100%. Oh, I have one more. I have two more characters to put up. Honestly, we have some more. There's so many characters that have been confirmed. The Bat, we have the Bat, right? And we have the Palma. There we go. These are the S tier characters. There we go. There we go. This is the characters. That's all I'm gonna show. If I'm gonna play Mario Kart, like I always main Luigi in any Mario game, but I saw this little bat. I saw this little bat. I saw this bat and I'm like, oh my god, I have to. And then I saw this Palma and I love Sunshine. And this will be such a fun character to play as a troll. But I might actually be, in terms of actual order, 1, 2, 3, That's gonna be my main character, the bat. Yeah, I don't know about any other characters. We have a lot of confirmed ones, but we haven't seen the entire roster yet. We have a freaking crab, a bee, and whatnot. We have way too many characters. A fishbone. We have a freaking fishbone. Yes, senpai. We got it. My time is up. My time is up. Thank you very much for watching, and this was the Nintendo Direct tier list with my opinion put to the front, but also with valid points made, I would assume. I hope you enjoyed it, and that's about it. Good night, everyone. I will be live again tomorrow with Outer Wilds, my first playthrough. The second stream. Woo! Take care, everyone. Mwah. Wow. Night night.